Abusia. Lagati asem nyamisho. Election hub in daily update TV. And for when him baby a daily update 24/7. It was no one a Jumana sa kopim say victory no se be Muhammad do se be Baumia do se be align deal. Ye know oh yeah Jumasa. Nyamisho. The empire mouse say na me more energy say next 2025 in 2025 minimum say all the point to beka army abuso ni nkomo eye Mustafa Bandi okupi mo good morning so sena ena a hosting show no ana okase o report ma police for ana mode asem echo police for ana asem mode ama police for ache wo mo ene say ye two special vote ene na enkrofo bi wo ma yakopam prison officers, migration, police, army, let's impersonate, yes, there. Ye prisons officers, ne police officers, no. That means fake personnel with uniform and a pamamo to go and vote. Even to vote, because it's not yet to happen. There's a pamamo ashe and no koto abanibi. And okase, my report to a police for. Because you see what saying of nipa when military personnel no are addressing in military personnel and no election ground to intimidating just to regular election. It's not yet to special voting. A man for be fake personnel just say Mustafa Bandi just say achiwomu wo ami achiwomu and okaze ma report to my police and amami achiwomu and I achiwomu asema sena ebisa no because there are encophobia or more fake uniform or more quarter special voting be. Yeah, in Kasem. My Mrs. Subi, Sena and a hostie Mustafa Kwan, Deputy General Secretary. And now Okase, initial from a year Sena Nogaze, Mammy Achom. And I'm a police for my reporting incidents and I'm a police for. And Okase, there be. Or more try in all their possible say encophobia yapam, military, uniform, prisons, fire service, immigration to go and vote, cast vote in the aim of a rigging election or ballot stuffing. And you name this what the certain president can do. We should not Rollins say never underestimate MPP. Never ever underestimate MPP because they are capable and well organized to do everything possible to regulate. If you are for 2020 election, the reference point to you see the result figures on the by. Yes, it's Mustafa Bandi, Deputy General Secretary for NDC.
Very hopeful. Look, this is the first time in the history of this party, unlike even 2008. That any place you go, you find somebody doing NDC work. You find journalists, you find pastors, you find lawyers, you find traders, you find business people, because collectively we have come to agree that President Akufo-Addo and his government is the biggest tragedy to have befallen our nation. The biggest scam would have been permitted at will by this country against our own people. President Akufo-Addo represents the highest affliction in the lives of Ghanaians today than even the devil himself. In terms of vigilance, what we need to do,
Hello? Hello? Oh, okay. SM, do some business. We'll see if we can get him back on the line, conclude that conversation.
In the politics.
Why not report to the police? The police.
You have a duty to ensure that monetization is illegal in our modern day politics.
Why not report to the police? The police.
You have a duty to ensure that, first of all, you stop the act from happening. You have to stop the act because if it transpires, the police will only deal with the outcomes, the consequences of that act. They have decided places they will staff ballot box. Anybody who is carrying a staff ballot box is a criminal. And that we have the right to deal with those persons in the manner that we can hand them to the police. You don't have to wait for Chairman Asedu Ketia. You don't have to wait for General Fikote. And you don't have to wait for Yamin to give you a command. They have decided places they know they will not win, but they will scatter the election during collation. At collation times, we must be as wounded lions, willing to do everything possible. The NDC will not start a fight. But if the MPP start any fight, they will live to regret it for the rest of their lives. They have decided at places where they will sew fake uniforms in fire service, immigration, prisons, so that those people can cause mayhem. A committed civilian is stronger than a corrupt army. A civilian who has been afflicted for 7 years, whose business have collapsed, who cannot take care of his children, is stronger than a corrupt army holding a grenade. We have to take them on. And I have told the presidency of Akufo-Addo that if they like, let them dare a wrong move. The MPP does not control the army. The government does not have the support of the army. The government does not have the support of the police service. These group of service officers have families. They have lived, have experienced a corrupt old man's regime. A man who prioritized his family over everything. The man who has supervised broad-day stealing of public resources. The man who has supervised the biggest governmental scandal in the history of our country. They don't even fear God. They have scammed God. They have robbed God. They have used God's name to steal from the people. Pensioners today cannot go to the hospital because they have a pensioner, an 83-year-old man, who have decided to punish our parents who are pensioners. Don't we have military pensioners? Have we soon forgotten of men's gold? Soldiers, police officers invested their money. MPP was behind this young man. Use the money for campaign. Collapse same, and people cannot have their money. Have we soon forgotten how President Akufo-Addo handed over the financial sector to his own cousin, Ken Oforiatta, who out of wickedness decided to collapse banks? A problem that would have been resolved with 9 million, they spent close to 25 billion. On top of that, people have lost jobs. Bank managers have become taxi drivers. People have died out of stroke as a result of job insecurity.
Radio station, you can call.
Senna, have we soon forgotten how President Akufo-Addo allowed his brother Bamti to take over the oil sector? Before President Muhammad left office, Takoradi was a place everybody wanted to own a land and build an apartment or a hotel. It was full of expatriates. Today, go to Takoradi. All of them have left because one man chose to prioritize his family. Have we soon forgotten all the scandals in this government, including our own ECG, being given to President Akufo-Addo and associates? who have managed ECG for 6 months and have kept the proceeds. Today, the ordinary Ghanaian is buying power at a very expensive cost because of recklessness. Can have we soon forgotten that they have taken a loan for one village, one dam, shared same, chopped it? Have we soon forgotten of it? When Ghanaians were being hard pressed, when we were dying, when we were living in fear, they were busy stealing the money meant for COVID. Have you soon forgotten that you and I have paid some payments at airport to a company called Frontiers, who have made over $87 million, and Ghana government only got about 7 or 8 million. The rest have gone to the pockets of people. Today, the company cannot be found. Senna, have we soon forgotten how they told you and I that the economy will be better? But you have had to buy $1 at 17 cities today. If we don't get these people out, our kids will not forgive us. If we don't get these people out, posterity will not forgive us. China, the Ghanaian will live in perpetual regret if for any reason we sit down and think that it is politics as usual and allow those people to be in power again.
Radio station you can call your own.
They are nothing but a group of scavengers who are criminally motivated, dissipate our public resources to protect their class society at the expense of the many, many suffering Ghanaians. And I will put my life on the line to ensure that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama become president.
Thank you. Thank you for speaking to us.
Pleasure, my brother.
Mustafa.
We have to resort to malicious ways of achieving our results. Hard work, commitment, loyalty, dedication. These are strong components of the characteristics of a group of people who want to change destinies. And you can see that the NDC represents those components. In the last 2.5 years, what we have done is to have gone to the length and breadth of this country to let people understand the danger of our situation. And elections have consequences. You don't vote for a party flag. You don't vote for slogans. But you vote and take responsibility of your votes. Particularly when we have evidence to show that in the last 8 years, Ghanaians have voted and have had to pay for the consequences of do everything humanly possible to get His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to be president. He deserves it. Ghana needs him. The NDC should be proud of having him. And all of us, irrespective of our individual changes, it is clear that only at the time who can drive Ghana on a united path, a path of prosperity, a path of hope, is the NDC, led by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I can tell you for a fact that the work that we have done as a party will yield into our gains. We we know that the MPP, as lazy, as awkward, as criminally minded, as terror as they are, the vote of Ghanaians do not matter to them anymore. But hey, we have told them that this country is ready to battle them out. And I can assure them that in 2024 December, which is just 6 days ahead of us, Ghana will not produce a fraudulent president. Ghana will not produce a president that is a product of electoral fraud. Ghana will not produce a president that is a product of manipulated outcomes. Ghana will not produce a president produced by what we call digital fraudsters or cyber fraudsters. Ghana will only produce a president who represents the will, the mandate, the votes of the people. As executives led by the national chairman and the general secretary, we would like to assure all NDC members that this election will be won in spite of the fear, the panic, the suspicion. They are very good that we would win this election at the back of the work that has been done. In the coming days, every single NDC sympathizer should identify himself at the polling station. The most important part of this election is that we should find ourselves at the polling stations. That is where the game plan is. That is where the change will take place. That is where the crime is being targeted. Identify yourself with a constituency. Identify yourself with a polling station. And let us parade our votes. If anyone wants to do what is unlawful, we empower all NDC members to defend their lives, protect the votes at the polling station. It doesn't matter what it takes to get that executed. We have our full support and the blessings of the leadership of the party and this victory from being stolen. Sana, this is the little I can say.
You said these elections will be won by the NDC. How do you intend to do that?
We have worked very hard. Look, the mere fact that our partners on this path are so enormous, many, including MPP people, donating T-shirts, helping logistically, means that the MPP have lost their own people. The NDC today is very attractive.
abusua a daily update TV so na wo hwe dwumade na subscribe ya my YouTube channel, like na share na fa comment so share comment section na ya beje brand ya kan ya metifo ene ahwefo nyina nso ayeden atibi na the issue on board and say fake security personals and ya give you omo a can say uniform just to go and cast their vote to in the aim of rigging the election, because MPP him say this election na yekono a very crucial election and very very serious election, because say omudi agra MDC for betime ebe rene intino omo ma fake uniform ɛde ama ɛyɛ nkɔfo bi a ɔmo bɛyɛ den ɔmo ɛbɛkɔ akɔ present ɔmo nso ɔmo yɛ police officers, immigration officers, just what to vote in the name of what MPP to rig the election. For our comment section, I election have daily update TV so 24/7. Yasha said it, na yasha say, na me issue of no